All opinions are those of the participants making them and are not an endorsement of any position, program, religion, or political affiliation. DFG's Corner is for information, observation, and entertainment. I ask that you comment, like, share, and subscribe.
Thanks, Kim.
Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. All the fly guys in the front, the fly girls in the rear. You came to the door and you expected to see me, the DFG, the man with the golden voice, the lady's choice, and of course, smooth as a Rolls Royce. I'm coming to you live from the 571 where I'm having fun and I'm getting things done. Tonight's show, we're going to be talking about, it's kind of a continuation from last week's show, which was girls' trips and the pitfalls and promises of those. This week, we'll be talking about jealousy versus envy. And before I go on and start this whole thing, I want to speak up my co-host. First of all, I'm going to talk about my favorite girl, the chocolate Pearl. What's going on, Pearl?
Hey, y'all, this chocolate pearl from coming to you tonight. Don't know what the topic is, but we're gonna get it crack-a-lacking.
Jealousy
Hey,
versus
y'all.
envy.
You said what?
Jealousy versus envy. And next on the mic is my girl Apple. The New York City girl is here, so she's sweet as Snapple. Come on, Apple.
Good evening, everyone. Let's have a good show.
All right, all right, all right. Also, I wanna give shouts out to my usual family, Miss Kim. I got some our resident thespian. I got Miss Nikki on YouTube Live. I'm also on Facebook Live, IG Live, and TikTok Live. So if you want to get on, just come on. All I ask is that you keep it clean, keep it safe. I'm trying to get some money and trying to get some of Alphabet's money. So this week I'm talking about jealousy versus envy. A lot of the times these things are interchangeable, but however, it's not always that easy. Um, I got a little thing I'm gonna show. I'm gonna play it a little. I gotta sped up a little so it won't drag on. So here we go.
Understanding jealousy and envy. What's the difference? Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into an important topic that pops up in friendships, work, and everyday life: jealousy versus envy. What do these feelings really mean, and how can we tell them apart? Let's explore what is jealousy. Picture this. Someone else has something you value: a relationship, success, or recognition, and you start to feel a twinge of resentment or even suspicion. That's jealousy at work. Jealousy is a feeling of bitterness or hostility towards someone who has something that you don't. It's not just about wanting what they have, often includes an element of fear or resentment that you might lose something important to you. The word jealous is the adjective form, and jealousy often surfaces in romantic relationships when one partner feels threatened by another. Attention or affection. What is envy? Now, let's talk about envy. Envy is a different kind of longing. You see something someone else has, maybe a talent, an opportunity, or a new car and you wish it was yours. It's less about hostility and more of a mix of admiration and discontent. Envy can be used as both a noun and a verb. For example, I envy your confidence. It's not always a compliment, but it isn't always as negative as jealousy either. The adjective form is envious, and you might hear people talk about an enviable skill or trait. Shakespeare and the color green. Ever heard the phrase green with envy or the green-eyed monster? Thanks to Shakespeare, both jealousy and envy are associated with the color green. In Othello, jealousy is called the green-eyed monster, which doth mock the meat it feeds on. So if you hear someone called green-eyed, they might not just be talking about eye color, it could mean jealousy. Key differences: focus. Jealousy is often directed at the person who has what you want, while envy is centered on the thing itself. Negativity. Jealousy can be more hostile or resentful, while envy is usually less malicious, sometimes even admiring. Usage. Jealousy is always a noun, but envy can be a noun or a verb. Context. Jealousy is often used in the context of relationships, especially romantic ones. Quiz time. Let's see how well you can tell jealousy and envy apart. Your coworker gets a raise and you wish you had it too? Is that jealousy or envy? Final thoughts. Both jealousy and envy are natural emotions, but understanding their differences can help us manage our feelings and communicate more clearly. So next time you feel a little green, pause and ask yourself, is it jealousy or envy? Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights on emotions and relationships.
That was refreshing. Now I'm gonna go to Big Dad from the 206. The example they used in the video about a coworker getting a raise, was that jealousy or envy?
Well, let's see. The coworker. I would say the guy was jealous. He got a
Okay,
raise, he didn't,
okay. And why is that?
because he got a raise and he didn't. So he was jealous of his raise.
Well, does that kind of, I understand
Right.
what you're saying, but that kind of take, I had it backwards. I used to think envy was worse than jealousy, but according to
Oh
what I've
no.
researched, jealousy is worse than envy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could be jealous, but what you ask the guy is, are you did you do the work?
Oh yeah.
If it ain't your cousin, it ain't your sister, brother, whatever, did you do the work to get that? Then you could be upset. But if you didn't do the work, you shouldn't be jealous or you shouldn't be envious. Because that implies that that implies that you don't think yourself enough. Cousin Scott, what
Right.
about you? What do you think?
So I think that maybe the person could be envious. It could be envy. People get accolades and recognition sometimes, and sometimes we don't get it, and we feel a little envious. And I can personally say that there are times when I see my coworkers get accolades, and I think, "Wow, I wish that were me." I think that's just envy. I don't think that's necessarily jealousy, and that I'm bitter or I'm angry because of anything. I'm just like, "Wow, I wish that was me." You know. So
I got you. I got you. I appreciate that. Big Al,
Yeah.
um, I don't know if you heard the example, but if a coworker got a raise, I know you double retired, so you ain't living that life. But if a coworker gets a raise and you don't and you didn't, would you be jealous or envious?
Uh, my personality, I don't think either one, because if the person warranted the raise, if they did something to um, be rewarded for the raise, and then the government, as you and I have both worked in, there are incremental raises, what we call within grade step increases. So if you're in the government, you come in as a GS 15, you're going to start as a step one. In 2 years, you're going to be a step two. So those are the incremental raises that are built in. But I'm a person that believes that, what's for me is for me. And if somebody gets a promotion, then I'm happy for them. I don't think I would be envious or jealous. I would just be happy for them.
Now, a lot of times, and I agree with you, with the step increases, you can also get a merit step. And some people might be jealous because they think that somebody else should have it, and they should have it over somebody else. But it's a whole bunch of factors behind that. But it doesn't, jealousy really doesn't do anything but get you worse than the person you're after. It's like having a bag of hot coal and picking up and throwing at them. Yeah, you may hit, you may miss, but you're still burning yourself. Um, Chocolate Pearl, have you had an instance at in a job or situation where somebody was jealous or envious of you?
Um, can't think of nothing right now, but I know there was plenty.
Do you have any examples?
There's plenty. But I can't think of a situation at the moment.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
no.
What about you, Miss Kim?
Um, I don't know. Probably, well, I like to dress up at times at work. And I do remember an incident at not this job, but a previous job where I was told I need to change my way of dress. And I'm like, why? And it was like, we don't want to have to dress like you dress, meaning professional. So it was a little bit of envious, I guess, jealousy about the style that I brought forth into the new company. So they wanted me, the way they put it, tone it down,
That sound
which
like
I was, uh,
I was about to say that sound like something what would happen to Chocolate Pearl because y'all have very similar tastes.
right. But yeah, I was told to tone it down, or either, especially once I moved to Virginia, I've been told that in two workplaces.
And
Yeah.
here's the deal is that and I ain't got no stat. You know, I'm usually one with the stats, the all of the other good stuff, but I can't prove this, but I can say that with women it's a lot different than it is with guys because usually people are jealous if you look better than them or they think you look better than them or you're getting more attention than them.
Well, a guy told me. It was a guy told me that I needed to tone it down because they didn't want to have to.
So
They
work is
wanted to
hard.
continue wearing their jeans and t-shirts. They didn't want to have to dress up.
Yeah, that's kind of I'll leave it at that. I understand. My resident thespian, Miss Sum Sum. What about you?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. Okay, so I don't know if this classifies as being jealous or envious, but growing up, I had a learning disability. So I used to always look at the other kids and be like, dang, they're getting it, they're getting good grades, and I'm over here struggling. So I used to be in all kind of special education classes and all that good stuff. And I used to be embarrassed and stuff, but I always used to be, I don't know if you want to call it jealous or envious, but I used to always look at the other kids and be like, what is wrong with me? Why can't I comprehend and absorb things the way other people did? So I that's something that I've always, not now, but growing up in school, I used to deal with. So
You know, I gotta say something. I was the opposite. I was always in the gifted and talented, and I wanted to be normal, what I considered normal. I was not ashamed, but I felt that I didn't belong with um I didn't belong with the gifted and talented, even though my grades said I did, and my work ethic that said I did. I didn't have the confidence in myself to believe that. So I was jealous of the normal kids. Well, you know, regular ed kids, mainstream. So it you know it doesn't matter if you're in special needs type courses, resource type courses, or AP or IB type classes. You always, a lot of times we look at what we don't have instead of thinking about what we have. We get jealous over somebody who we perceive that's better than us, and it's not what they're